Rhonda Kaiser, representing Cafeteria culture. How do you define environmental health in the work you do?
So it's hard because it doesn't seem as directly linked to the work that we do with our students. It doesn't at the beginning feel as directly linked. But when we talk about, because climate change feels like it's out there and you can't like say, okay, I'm going to stop doing this and then you see the results instantly. But it has to do with just sort of a bringing awareness and by bringing awareness and quantifying the problems of, for instance, litter or not sorting properly in the cafeteria, things that you would normally just look over, litter on the street, instead of looking past it, we're training our students' eyes a little bit to not tolerate that anymore. And then when we were looking to work with NYCHA and different community partners, we told one of the groundskeepers that our students wanted to come and do some litter surveys on their property, and could he be part of the solution with us? And they've learned about this and they want to tell their neighbors, and he said, oh, each one teach one. And it is really interesting because that is, each one teach one is a phrase that was that came about when it was illegal to teach a slave to read. And when a slave learned to read, they promised to teach someone else how to read. And I thought it was so meaningful that he was equating literacy with environmental literacy, and how dangerous it is to the powers that be in the same way for people to learn in the field, the people who are on the front lines of the adverse effects of climate change and environmental justice every single day, to learn what the problem is. That it's that water bottle that they're buying that's partly to blame. That it's that straw, it's that bag that they feel entitled to that's adversely affecting their own lives. And so that kind of empowerment is what it's about. Environmental health is more about, I guess we equate it with environmental awareness and just understanding that and that the impact that they can have on the adults in their neighborhood. Because when they go out and do a bag giveaway and explain that fish eat the microplastics and then we eat that fish, they're seeing the aha moments in the adults' faces, and to see the children and the adults that are forever changed when those aha moments happen. And we're capturing it on video, and the students are capturing it on video, and they're then telling their own unique story from their point of view on the front lines of climate change. And it's not this sort of fancy, like when we get to a certain point we can start to recycle or not buy single-use plastics. So I think it's and then the video also helps us scale it up so that other communities can see that this is doable and they can start these same actions.
What is unique or important about cafeteria culture in its ability to help children or families improve their health?
I feel like what's unique, I mean, everyone here is actively engaged in citizen outreach and in engaging citizens as citizens, and having people in the communities realize their impact. I feel like what's maybe unique about us is that we aim to scale it up by creating a toolkit for other people to do the same. And it's hard to measure our impact in that way because it's hard to know how many people have used the toolkit to in their own schools. But and also media helps students. Like, obviously, many times they're like, we'll have them do a lesson where we talk about polymers and how they're all around us, and then we have them do a scavenger hunt to find polymers, different examples of polymers in their classroom, and then we have them do a vlog about it. Like, finding these polymers, and this is why it's that, whatever, pliable. So we're trying to empower them with media as much as possible.